Good morning, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
And welcome to a very lovely edition of SocialLIVE today.
Lovely and loving.
Yes, we have a really exciting episode for you guys today. We have the founders of the Virtzy app and also have an amazing makeup artist, Clint, on the show today. And if you guys start sharing this episode and download the Virtzy app, which we'll tell you how to do that in just a minute, you will be entered to win a free makeup session from Clint.
Yes, and I'm going to get a makeover live on air. Clint is going to transform me from day to night so that I'm ready for all of my Valentine's Day festivities.
Yes, and speaking of Valentine's Day, we actually received our first Valentine in the mail yesterday. A big box arrived at SocialFly.
It was so thoughtful.
And we opened it up and we were sent these beautiful SocialFly pillows that we can just love and hug all day since we're not with our
pillow fight.
And also this yummy rugula from my nanny Eva's Rugula. And if you guys know me well already, or don't know me well already, I love sweets and sweet treats, and I love rugula, and this is absolutely delicious. And this was a gift from Michelle Farber, who runs a company called M Studio Events, and you can follow her at M Studio Events on Instagram. She's an incredible event planner, and this was just so thoughtful. Customized gifts that are Instagrammable. Nothing is better.
Thank you so much, Michelle. We really loved receiving this yesterday.
Yes, it was awesome. And Valentine's Day is a very special day for me as well because 3 years ago, I got engaged on Valentine's Day.
I remember. Greg called me. He asked for my permission.
This is true.
And so I said yes.
And the best part about it, or the second best part about it, the best part about it was actually getting engaged, but the second best part about it is Greg hired our friend, a company called Paparazzi Proposals, to capture our engagements, and then we were able to get the photos instantly. By the end of the day after our engagement, we had a whole album of photos that captured the exact moment when Greg proposed to me, and I still look at those photos just like my wedding day photos all the time. And then you have photos to share on social media, because if you don't have photos, didn't happen,
so
right?
If you want to see what Steph is talking about, check out her Instagram. Of course, she posted it right when she woke up this morning.
Not right when I woke up, about an hour and a half after, on my way to the office today.
Okay.
Because I knew I wasn't going to have time for the rest of the day. I was busy with you guys.
Well, there's a whole album. You can check it out. They're beautiful, gorgeous pictures.
And if you're thinking of getting engaged today or in the near future, check out James Ambler's company, Paparazzi Proposals. They're at Paparazzi Proposals on Instagram, and they're tagged in my photo. So let's get to it. We have a lot of breaking news.
Yes, so my big Instagram news on my Instagram side fell on the floor.
I'll give you another one instead.
Okay.
If you love this.
I don't love this update. I am following what's going to happen with this update. So Instagram is now allowing some users, who we call the chosen ones, to take screenshots of Instagram stories. Well, anyone can take a screenshot, but now you're going to get alerted if someone took a screenshot of your stories, which I'm not loving this update because I feel like people may watch stories less, or I don't know. Actually, don't know what's going to happen with this.
I don't like this update. I think it's fine
no one needs to know.
I think it's fine for, like, if you're sending someone a private message and there's an alert that someone screenshotted, similar to Snapchat. But if someone screenshots your story, you're making that public anyways. So what's the point of notifying someone that they've screenshotted? On the brand side, it's good for us because we can see if people are screenshotting it and, they're saving it and it's something that's important to them or that they want to see again. But I don't like this update.
Yeah, I'm not loving this update, but like you said, I'm going to follow it to see what happens.
It doesn't mean it's going to roll out to everyone. They're just testing this feature right now. All right, so another update we have, and I actually do have my Snapchat sign here. We've been talking about the Snapchat redesign for a few weeks because it hadn't rolled out yet, and it finally has. And the internet and Snapchat users are literally going crazy because people are hating this update. I actually finally updated my app last night and looked at this new update, and it is very confusing. And for an app that was already confusing, I don't think this was a good move on Snapchat's part. There's already 800,000 signatures on a petition for Snapchat to revert back to their old to their old
I don't love the
layout.
redesign, but what I will say is that these platforms, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, they do have to change the interface from time to time to just keep people on their toes and keep people interested and keep people talking about the platform. So while this is confusing, we've seen this in social media's history. This happens all the time. People always hate updates. No one likes change. But they'll get over it.
I agree.
I think
people will get over it. I think back to the times when Facebook made their really big changes and updates and people were completely freaking out. So usually with these updates, it just takes some time to get used to, but I'm still playing around on there. And I have to say, and I've said it for the past couple of months, I personally do not use Snapchat as much anymore. I spend my time on Instagram mostly and then Facebook.
And just going back to what I was saying before, I actually think this is a good move on Snapchat's part because it's keeping them relevant. So I don't use it as much as I used to anymore. You definitely don't. But now we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And now I went back on the platform to see what everyone's talking about. So I actually think this is really smart. Speaking of smart platforms, let's talk about Facebook, the #1 platform there is. So this big update from Facebook is now they're allowing users to create lists. And these lists will include to-do lists, so you can let everyone know everything you have to do this weekend, what your New Year's resolutions are. I think that this is a good way to get people to start sharing personal things on Facebook. I know that they're also trying to bring back some of their younger users, but personally, I'm not going to share my to-do list on Facebook. Maybe I'll share some of my New Year's resolutions, but I don't know about this
If
one.
I shared my to-do list on Facebook, I would scare people. They would be like, how it would even be possible to do all of those things? It would be 10 pages long.
I think I double
doggy
dare
me.
you.
I say that. That's what he says to me.
To share your to-do list with everyone. Let's test this out.
Okay.
No one loves to test out things more than you.
I do love to test things. All right, this is going to be kind of weird, but hopefully by the end of the day, if Jules reminds me, if Jules adds to my to-do list to share my to-do list with all of my Facebook friends, then it'll get done. But if Jules doesn't add it to my to-do list to do, it's not going to happen. Jules, it's on you. You're in charge.
The world needs to know what Stephanie's got to do in the next 7 days.
Well, I'll tell you what I have to do right now. We have awesome guests that are about to come onto our set. The founders of Virtzy app, Isaac and Christina. Welcome to SocialLIVE.
Valentine Day. Here's some love for you.
Thank you very much. I'll give it to my co-founder and you gentlemen.
There you go.
Thanks for having us.
No, thanks for
Extremely
coming on the
excited.
show. And we actually met, gosh, it was probably 6 months, 8 months ago. I don't remember when it was, but I was speaking at an event, and that's how we met.
Now we're here.
Yes, it all happened.
Extremely excited.
That's how the world works.
Persistence pays off in connections, right?
I agree.
Yes.
And follow up, and you got to stay on top of what you believe in, and you'll get it.
Yeah. Well, I would love for you to share with our audience a little bit more about the Virtzy app, how you guys got started, and what it is.
So yeah, Virtzy is a platform specifically designed for beauty and wellness professionals to help them and collaborate with the clients, and also to start branding their work and services. So yeah, our goal is to simplify communications between the professionals and clients.
I love that. I love that. So how have you used social media influencers to help your business?
So it's actually been very great because right now it's like the era of social media, and we are kind of in the right time where we launched our app and we were able to target them especially on social media. It's our #1 outlet to actually acquire users, mainly on Instagram because all of them hang out on Instagram. So we're like, we need to DM this one, or we need to go to the event where they're going to be hosting. So it's been great. It's been really helpful, especially Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. For sure.
How have you seen the industry or the beauty industry change over the years because of the use of social media? Because you've been in the industry forever, both of you.
Right. I mean, I've been a former hairstylist over 20 years, and when I was starting out, if this goes back now, people are gonna know my age. Back in the beeper days, so you really had to hustle and figure out a way of how to gain a customer. It's not about somebody who's gonna walk into the door and then next time they're gonna come and see you again. But thanks to social media, you don't really have to wait for that client to come to you. Now you could just expose and not be shy and start sharing your work with social media, and you're going to get connected with people on the other side of the world. And that opens doors not just for hairstyling, but become an educator, become a brand ambassador for some kind of companies. It's endless. This could be another episode.
All right, we'll
But
have to do a second behind the scenes episode of everything that's happened.
Right.
So who would you say are the beauty influencers that you're following? Who do you love?
So we've been following Carly Val for a very long time since she started, and she has really exploded like in the past couple of years, and she's done the work completely on her own. So, definitely her. And Mustafa Afsi has been a friend of ours as well. Thanks to social media, he's become an influencer and he's become an educator. He is a very talented hairstylist, and his specialty is Hollywood waves. You should definitely check him out. He has a beautiful work.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what separates your app from all of the other beauty apps that are out there? Why should people download the Virtzy app today?
Right. As we all know, social media is becoming a huge part of our lives. And we like it or not, this is where it's going, and we just have to deal with what it's going. But at the end of the day, we're still at the beginning of the stage with social media. So it's becoming very cluttered. It's becoming, hard to find the professionals. Even if you are on social media and you want your clients to follow you, you have to tell them what you're, where you at. And that's where we're going to go in the future, at Isaac Mirzak, at, Christina Aaron. So what we want to do is we actually want to create this Virtzy. So this would be a platform specifically done for them, So this way, if I'm looking for a beauty and wellness professional, I'll go on Virtzy, and I know that I'll find exact professionals I'm looking for. So it will narrow down and save me a lot of time from the search.
I love it. I love it. So we're about to bring on a makeup artist who is on your app. So we're so excited to welcome Clint. And thank you guys so much for sharing this app. And we'll be talking more about it. And you guys, don't forget to download the Virtzy app. Kim, are we sharing the link on the screen of how to download it? We're sharing how to download it. And if you download the app and follow Clint, who's joining us in just a moment, on the app and send him a message, you are going to be entered to win come on over, Clint, a complimentary makeup session with Clint. Welcome to SocialLIVE, Clint. Come on over.
There we
Get
go.
in here.
It's all these hips.
So I don't know if you guys noticed, but before we went live, Clint actually gave me a makeover. So do I look different to you? Comment, let me know.
I think we need an Instagram super zoom right now.
So you are going to be doing Courtney's makeup. You're going to be giving her a glam touch-up right now. Mm-hmm. All right. Do we have everything we need here?
So we have everything.
Okay.
We have it on the other table, so I'll just pull it over.
Yeah. Jules, you want to bring it all over?
Our very
Thank you,
own Vanna
Connie.
White.
Yeah.
So what I did was because a lot of us, especially, with traveling and things like that, I'm like stuck on it. There we go. So because a lot of us, especially when it comes to traveling back and forth and, we're all busy with our work schedules and things. And I know you guys have tons of meetings. You really don't have time to actually have someone like me do your makeup every day. So it's nice to, have a couple little tips and tricks that you can do to kind of spruce it up a little bit before you head out the door for your, hot date or, going out with your girlfriends, things like that. So I did bring a few things with me.
Just a few.
Just a few. I brought like an army of makeup sponges and stuff later on.
You've got the good stuff there. You've got Guerlain, you have MAC. What else do you have here?
So I have, so right now, so I have Guerlain. I have Pat McGrath, which I love. That's like my new favorite brand right now is Pat McGrath. I also have Danessa Myricks, and I do have some MAC and Maker Forever as well. So we'll get started just really quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little bit of shadow, okay?
Feel free to get dramatic.
Can't wait to see this. Do you have any big plans tonight, Court? Going up on the town?
You have to make some. You have to make some now. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by using this middle shade right here. So this is one of the Pat McGrath palettes. This is Mothership number 2. So I'm going to start with this middle tone right here. I'm just going to use a small pencil brush, and I'm just going to pop this in right on the lid. Now the reason why I'm doing this is this beautiful thing about eyeshadows, especially if you're adding it to a look you already have, is the fact that you can transform it without changing your overall look. So by adding colors and, adding pigments that are similar to what you have on, or just building as you go throughout the day, then it makes it so much easier. So you can just pop on a single shadow. I normally say 2 or 3 to do it really quickly, and as you see, as I'm doing now, I've already added the first shadow. We're done with the first one. So now I'm going to switch brushes. I'm going to use this little, it's like a burnt brown. So it's like almost like a burgundy brown, so to speak. I'm going to use this, and I'm using a really fluffy brush and just packing this on right in the outer corner. So now I'm giving you like that instant smoky eye without adding a new liner or without adding anything extra to it. So you already see the difference between with the one shade by itself, which could be Courtney's regular day, and then adding a little bit of color for make it a little bit more dramatic.
Oh yeah, we should have done half her face.
Just do half face and then, do the other half. But I'm literally just buffing this in. I'm not trying to create too much work for myself. And I also want you to be able to do this when I'm not here.
Clint, how have you used social media to help grow your business?
Oh, so I didn't grow up in the beeper age, but I did have where, a lot of the industry was word of mouth.
Yeah.
So it was a situation where, hey, I did this one Sweet 16, so now the mom is booking me for her wedding or her anniversary dinner. Now with social media, I'm able to, especially with the Virtzy app, I'm able to engage with the clientele and engage with clients who can ask me questions and can also book me for services as well, which I love because I don't always have time to answer my phone. So it's always nice to get a notification from Virtzy and say, hey, so-and-so is interested in requesting your services. So that's another thing that I love. I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer, and this is courtesy of Guerlain. So I'm using the terracotta. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to add a nice sun-kissed glow to the skin. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to add a little bit around the hairline, underneath the cheek, and then a little bit underneath the jaw. So not too much, but just a nice pop of color.
So this is a good day to night look.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because who doesn't want to look like they just got off the beach?
Do you ever get inspiration from other people on social media or influencers when coming up with new makeup looks?
Absolutely. So I do a lot of, on my off time, I'm able to, travel back and forth, and I get to watch social media, and I follow a lot of influencers. And the beautiful thing is that we all pick from each other. So it's great that I'm able to look at someone else's page and say, oh my goodness, I love that eye look. That's super awesome. Maybe I should try that. Or even try products in a different manner than I normally would because I'm watching something on social media.
So the best way to book you is to download the Virtzy app, look up your name, Clint, on the Virtzy app, and send you a message to book?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the beautiful thing about the Virtzy app is that it lists all my services. So let's say you want a makeup lesson, or you want to go and have
Well, you might be able to win the prize if you download the app and follow it.
If you download the app and message me, But the beautiful thing about it is that, again, you can see everything that I offer. And it's not just for me, it's for any artist that's a part of the Virtzy app. So you can see, hey, I want a new colorist. And you can actually search specifically under hairstylists or under makeup artists. You can even look up people and I'm looking for a new trainer. So I started going through the Virtzy app. So literally it shows you personal trainers, health and wellness, you name it. It's a hands down, it's pretty much changed my life, so to speak.
That's awesome.
Which I love. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, this is Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil. So I love this because a little bit goes a very long way.
How do you discover all these new products?
So the beautiful thing is with social media, a lot of the brands reach out to me. And I also have met a lot of the people who work for the companies. So they're like, hey, we love you. Here's some product. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Could you imagine being in the industry now without social media?
No, not at all. Like, honestly, it's literally changed my life. And it's, especially when it comes to speaking about classes. By the way, I'm just using a little bit of the illuminating veil just to pop a little bit of highlight.
It's looking good, Court. Don't you
Don't
worry.
fret. Don't fret.
I know I'm in good hands, but I don't know what it looks like right now.
So, but hands down, like I said, it's definitely helped a lot because now I have new avenues. I get to link up with new people. And it's always fun when you travel into a new city and people always say, oh my goodness, I saw your Instagram post, and I'm like, who are you?
Do you follow back? Are you someone who follows back?
Oh, absolutely.
What's your Instagram name?
So my Instagram is BYNXPHX. So that's like my old name. That's my nickname that anyone who knows me knows me by Binks.
Binks, okay.
So,
I was like, what does that mean? Okay.
You're like, what is that?
Well, Kim will be sharing your handle so everyone can follow you on Instagram and on Virtzy.
And I was going to say, that's also my handle for Virtzy as well.
Okay.
I always try and keep it consistent. So I'm just popping this the Danessa Myricks Illuminating Veil just to finish off that glow.
Do you have an all-time favorite product you can't live without?
Oh, goodness. That's like picking my favorite child.
Okay, top 3.
Okay. It can be done. I'm like, it's always Jim. Jim is my favorite. So my go-to favorites for foundation, I would definitely say is the Guerlain Lingerie Depot. I love lingerie de peau. It's a really silky, soft texture. I'll let you guys feel it. I'm all about a touchy-feely. So it's a water...
Well, it is Valentine's Day.
Right. So it's a water-infused foundation.
I love it.
And I love it because it's buildable. So if you're in the
Smells
office...
so good.
I know.
It does smell.
So I love
I
it.
can smell.
Yeah. Whoa.
So the beautiful thing about this is it's very lightweight. So you don't need a lot of coverage. You can just buff one layer on. If you're going out, you want to touch up, you can add more as well. I'm going to touch up just a little bit using this. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's weightless, so you don't really get a chance to see it.
Did we take a before picture of you?
No.
All right, well, we're going to share an after picture.
We can rewind this episode.
Yes.
Right, just rewind
We'll do
it. You'll see
a
the
quick screen grab.
So yes, I'm literally just taking what's left on here, and I'm using a light foundation brush.
It smells really good.
I love this.
This is shocking. Courtney has almost no sense of smell.
I can only
this
smell,
must-
I can only smell
Yeah.
good things, and she can only smell
I
bad
know.
things.
This is
And
true.
that's what I find. That's a perfect match.
Yes.
So you know when something's wrong, you can just be like, "Oh, hey."
I know when there's a problem in the building.
Right.
She can smell it for a while.
I can.
See, and then just to finish off the look, we're just going to change the lip color a little bit. So I'm going a little daring. Okay.
Oh, red for Valentine's
Yes.
Day.
So it's like a nice little red. So this is another one of Danessa Myrix's products. This is what we call a color fix. So the beautiful thing about color fix is I'm all about bang for your buck and getting products that kind of are like an end-all be-all. So this is actually an all-over color. You can use it on the eyes, you can use it on the lips, you can use it on the cheeks, you can use it on the body. We're not going to go that far, but you have the option. So I'm taking this color, and like I said, this color is, what is color is this? This is Rose Royal.
Okay.
And I'm just taking an eyeshadow brush and just really carefully just pressing it into the lip. So it's not so much of like that super harsh.
I like it.
Lip color is just enough. It's just enough of a tint to give it that pop. So Courtney King, thank you.
I just started going like this too.
It's so funny because when I tell people to like pucker, the first thing that they do is they're just like, wait, what? I'm like, no, just, and they're like, oh, I got it.
All right,
I feel like
Courtney. Courtney is ready for her close-up, so we'll be taking an after photo right after
There we
this
go.
episode. And what a look! I love it. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for coming on Social Live today
Thank you guys for having
making us
me.
look beautiful for Valentine's Day and for our dates tonight.
Yay.
And you guys can follow Clint on the Virtzy app. We have the link below. So share this episode, download the Virtzy app, and message Clint. And 2 lucky people are going to be getting a free makeover, right?
Yep.
A makeover. So start downloading, start messaging, and hope everyone has a happy Valentine's Day. And we will see you next week. Bye everyone.
Take care, guys.